Welcome to Quarantine Home Cooking with Chef Ramon and me, Chef Gertie.
Hola.
Today on this episode, we are going to make spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
And it's going to be muy delicioso. The ingredients for spaghetti with meatballs is we're going to need meat for the meatballs. We're also going to need some cheese, a nice little blend here of, I like to use Italiano cheese with a little bit of Parmigiano cheese. That will be for our sauce. We'll need some noodles. Some noodles, whatever brand you like specifically, but whatever is on sale as well, perhaps, who knows. First, we're going to need to boil some water in a pot, which we've already done. So now you're going to take your spaghetti noodles and you're going to enter those into the pot of water. Here's a quick tip from Chef Gertie. I like to break my noodles in half, that way none is sticking out of the pot. It's a quicker tip, eh? So I'm going to break the noodles.
Ay!
Be careful of broken chipped noodles that might go everywhere, but you know, you're going to clean up the kitchen afterwards anyway. I swear to God. Next, you're going to take your meat and put it in a bowl so that we can make some meatballs out of it. You're going to put a little seasoning in it, however you want to season it, but I like to season with some Lawry salt. Put more on there, but you're watching. Some pepper. A little garlic. And for those of you that like the onion powder, you can put a little onion powder in there. It's, you know, as if you had a little onion in there, but we don't have any onions, so we're going to go the cheap route, eh? Or the poor man's route. Cooking on a budget, they say. That's what we're doing. So you're going to mix that up in the meat. You're going to mix that up in the meat. You see the meat? Go ahead and mix it up, eh? You just washed your hands. Why are you playing with your meat, Chef Ramon? I'm gonna go get me an egg.
Un huevo para el carne.
Going to crack one egg into there so that it gets the nice meat mixture nice and sticky. Go ahead, Chef Ramon. While you're doing that, you're going to get a pan and put a little oil in it so that you can start frying up these balls of meat once we've made them into balls, of course. In the meantime, you're going to check your noodles and make sure they're not sticking. So you're going to put the meat aside and you're going to take your sauce, whatever sauce you like. I bought Bertolli, Parmesan and Romano. I didn't know if this was going to be good or not because I've never used this one, but we're going to try it today. And you're going to take your sauce, put it in a nice little pot, and you're going to, I like to season it up a little more than it already is because I'm crazy and I like my seasonings. So I'm going to take a little garlic, because, you know, the Italianos are loving the garlic. A little Italian seasoning, because who cannot want more than what you got already? You love the green stuff, eh? Wink, wink, because I can't wink. And then you take your cheese mixture and you dump it in there. Thank you, Chef Romano. One of those shrapnels of noodles, I'd say. And you're going to take this and you're going to dump your cheese in. You can add a little more, you can not add as much, you cannot have any cheese, it's up to you. You're not going to lick it though before you stick it.
As they say.
As they say. You're going to put that on the stove on a little low setting so so that it cooks a little bit because, you know, we still got meat to fry up. So just to get it going a little. Now the fun part is making the meat into balls. Our favorite part, ladies, am I correct? You're going to take your meat, roll it into a ball like so. It depends on what size you want, but you know, a little, bigger, whatever you'll fancy. So whatever size you care for, you can make them bigger, you can make them little. I like to do a little bit of a medium size, because, you know, I don't want them too big. So you're going to take a pot and put a little oil in it. And while you're rolling your meat into balls, you're going to turn that on just a little, you know, to maybe a medium setting. So that way by the time your meatballs are done being rolled into balls, the hot oil will be heated. You're going to add your meatballs to the pot. Let them cook up a little. Actually a lot, because you don't want to eat raw meat. Unless you like that or something. So while your meatballs are cooking, you're going to check on your noodles and your sauce to make sure that it's cooking and nothing is sticking. And then once the meatballs are done, we're going to mush it all together. Well, not really mush it, but we're going to combine things so it looks pretty. Meanwhile, I'm going to teach you all how to make my famous, Chef Gertie's famous garlic bread. Oh, it's a nice treat, eh? We'll be right back so we can show you that. So for my famous Chef Gertie's garlic bread, what you're going to need is some butter, or I can't believe it's not butter, or Betty Crocker, or Crocker Crook, or whatever this is called. Whatever you fancy, eh? You're going to get a big giant thing of it. I'm going to stick it in a bowl. You're going to put this in the microwave for, I don't know, until it melts. So you're going to get it nice and melted. It doesn't have to be melted all the way, but you know, for the most part, make sure that it's nice and melted. And you're going to take some Italian seasoning. I'm going to put a little in there. I like to put a lot. You're going to put some garlic, because clearly this is garlic bread, eh? Some pepper. And my favourite, some Parmesan cheese. You don't need the cheese if you don't like it, but I prefer it, so... Then you're going to mix it up, eh? So it looks nice and not so watery, but a little pasty. Toot. Nah. What you're going to do then is you're going to take bread and you're going to toast it. And then when you're done toasting this bread, you're going to take one of these little guys, or if you just have a spoon, it doesn't really matter. And you're just going to dab this into the mixture and, you know, slab it on a little. But I'm telling you right now, it's going to taste delicious. Go up a little bit. And then you son of a monkey. Once you're done cooking the meatballs and the noodles and the sauce, my quick tip is you don't want your noodles sticking waiting for things to happen. So you're going to take a little bit of sauce, add it to your noodles, just a little bit, just so that, you know, doesn't stick while you're waiting for your other things to finish cooking if they need to. And then you're going to take your plate, you're going to put some noodles on it, some sauce, put your meatballs on top, and then whatever toppings you'd like. But we'll show you that in a minute. And when you're done, your dinner should look like this. Some meatballs, some spaghetti, the famous garlic bread. Very delicioso. Chef Ramon, please tell us what you taste.
A ver. Muy sabroso. Delicioso.
You've heard
Pero
it.
tiene tu más sal.
Shut up, Adrian. You've heard it from Chef Ramon himself. And from our kitchen to yours, stay safe and happy Easter. Got noodles, and you can use what.
¡Pinche gato, bájate de ahí!
First off, the ingredients that we're going to need today are as followed. We're going to need beef. Oh my God. Okay. First, you're going to need to boil some water in a pot. First, you're going to need to boil some water in a pot, and once that boiling water gets to the boiling,
As they say.